Today, I'm going to share a short story of mine. This is a story that I channeled when I went into a deep state of meditation. During my deep state of meditation, I met my spirit guide and asked him to show me an important lesson that I and the world needed to hear today. I saw a man standing in dusky brown clothes, well fit, loose pants, and very British. The face white as serene gold, slightly wrinkled but still unexpectedly rejuvenated and relaxed. Holding a cigar in his hand after taking a puff, "Jack," he said. "My name is Jack." In his sound accent, his voice seemed to send a rush of relief inside me. My muscles tingling in comfort, my energy feeling like home. I knew exactly at that point that this was my spirit guide's human life as Jack. Suddenly, he shows me a boogie in an 1800s strain and an inside purview of Jack's young self sitting and watching the beauty outside his window. This beauty so different from his own reality of rush. Then his feeling of guilt for being able to afford first class while people in the local class didn't even have space to sit. Jack was always aware of his privilege. In fact, at that moment, he felt guilt. Surrendering the feeling to the universe, he went into gratitude meditation and convinced himself that, quotes, "I feel bad for them, but the reason why I'm sitting here is a blessing of my karma, my good action." For Jack, life went as it is, sometimes slow, sometimes quick, sometimes boring, sometimes thrilling. However, one thing that stood erect inside him was his awareness of his own privilege and the feeling, "I am so lucky, I have so much," and then always followed by guilt. The guilt was that of emptiness and a dream that he wanted. That guilt of seeing suffering and not knowing how to end it. The guilt of resonating with other people's suffering, not knowing why. As Jack's thoughts flew around me asking myself why this also resonates with me, Jack fast forwards time to show me his old age. He's alone, sitting on a crooked chair on a foggy sunny evening. He's again lost in his thoughts. Holding the same cigar he was smoking when I had met Jack for the first time. This time though, he was just holding it and not taking a drag. Feeling and sensing the divine heat from his fireplace, this time Jack tells me he gave up on everything. His job, his swimming pool house, his status, his achievements, and even his identity as Jack Daniel. Jack then explains to me that his job during that train incident was just to go and feel what they feel. His job during that incident was just to choose to travel in local class and feel how it feels to him personally. Jack even tells me that after that, it's been 20 years and he has only traveled local class. He says when he lost everything, he found peace in that local class. Strange, right? He smirks, looking at the orange clouds covering the sunset. As the clouds mark their own light despite the heavy rain, Jack wants me and you to feel the guilt and go for the other side that you know very little about. Jack wants us to acknowledge and understand the guilt before it's too late. Jack says, guilt is a divine gift and a wake-up call from the source. Trust it, my little girl, in his assuring feminine words. As these words hit my ears, ringing like a bell, my body feeling like an electric rush of reality. Jack, sitting in his chair, gets blurry. The smoke from the fire covers the vision entirely. Now I'm left with only one message that I have been avoiding. You can never save something if you don't feel the emotions of who or what that needs saving. And indeed, if you feel it, it is an aspect of you that needs you. Thank you so much for being in this journey with me and Jack. It was amazing to share my voice with all of you and share my stories and what I channeled during my meditation. Looking forward to sharing more of these kind of stories and channeling advices with all of you. Thank you once again for being in this journey with me.